thank you for explaining what black men go through. But I think, when you talk about our men intimidated by women, you do go through that. And a lot of times we're willing to stick that out with you. But it seems like men start to resent us. Like, we'll go out there and we work another job to try to be, because you are not coming in with a job. They're not inviting you to the parties. They're not, you're not getting where you want to be. So we take on an extra load. I done sold tea light candles and had Avon parties and Mary Kay parties to Tupperware to help my man to do another job. But then what happens for me is then there's a level of success that comes, and I have been up there in the cut with him. So that when I do go to my parties that I'm invited to, gosh, I would like my man to be right there with me. But it seems like men have this problem being +1. I let people know this is my man. I fight for this. I fight for this. And then, sometimes I don't have time to validate you 24 hours a day. I'm out here working just as hard as you. You need to re-choose. And you don't want to be a +1. You don't want to be the person introduced. You want to be the person introducing. And it's like, there's times when I go, I'll stand behind you and be quiet. Can there be times when you stand by my side or behind me, undergirding me? And that's what I feel like I don't have that.
Well, see, here's another misunderstanding that's rampant throughout women. You keep using this term as successful women, that you're intimidating. Can I slow your roll for just a second? Okay. You are never intimidating to a man. I want to introduce another concept to you. As a real man, for what? I don't care how much you make, what you got, what you do, where you live. A real man, you can forget the intimidation thing. Please, ladies, stop saying this because you are adding an element that's not there. Let me introduce this to you. Have you ever thought that instead of thinking that your man is intimidated, could not your man just be ashamed? Have you ever thought that for a moment? Because I hate to tell it to you, but we are. Sometimes we are just ashamed of the fact that we are not there yet. We are ashamed to the fact that we have not gotten to where we thought we'd be by this age in life. Have you ever considered that for a moment? But when you attach the term intimidation to it, you take on a superior role. That role, unknowing to you, acts itself out. And now all of a sudden, you're conducting yourself in a leadership capacity when you ain't really capable of leading me nowhere. Sherri, you said just a second ago, but sometimes can I be in the front and you stand behind me, then you corrected it and said stand beside me.
I said stand beside me and behind me.
Because you have earned the title of Miss Sherri Shepherd. And you should be proud of your accomplishments. I never tell women to dumb it down. But man, you got to cool it out. Can I say for the two of you who are successful, attractive, but famous?
Well, that's what I want to take it out of the realm of the famous, the celebrity.
Yeah, because see, the average person sitting out here ain't got the fame game working.
But it's still what you said about, still if you're talking about whether you are a lawyer and you have to go to a party, or you're an executive, or you're the chief of staff at a hospital, or you got
be famous in your circle.
In your circle.
Right.
And when I said a man, can he walk behind me and undergird me? Because it maybe my definition is wrong of a partnership. But there are times you stand behind your man and you undergird him to help him get up to this place. And then there are times when your man comes behind you and undergirds you and lifts you up. And then we do this and we keep doing this so that we can both stay up here. So so when I say stand behind me, I don't mean I'm trying to lead you. I want you to be the man. I want you to be the man, and I want you to lead your family and protect your family. But I'm saying that there's times when we as women, we need a man to go where he's standing there. He doesn't have to be the head all the time, and because he knows, because a successful partnership, a good CEO of his company can make his employees feel like they are number one.
And I understand what you're saying, but that man having to feel like he the man all the time, he got to feel like he the man all the time. I'm sorry, that's in our day and age.
So then what do I do?
Listen to me, we ain't finna back that down. We are not backing that down so you can have a great day today.
So men have got to wear the pants.
No,
so
we're not
I gotta
finna
tell
do
you
that.
all the time. time,
Men
for you
have got
to
to wear
feel
the
like a
pants.
man
You're
all
doggone
the
right.
time.
I'm sorry.
All the time I got to tell you, baby, the way you flush that toilet, nobody else could do that like you, baby. Woo, you's the man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. When you keep talking about a real man, Steve, I think a real man has to work out some of those issues within himself, because we're told all the time as women, don't look to no man to give you your happiness. Don't wait till you get married to furnish your apartment. If you don't have that developed within yourself, no man is going to fulfill it.
See,
So
now-
when you say a real man, all the time I got to give you validation every time I look around so you can feel like that?
Why did you choose him in the first place?
I chose him because, like you said, I'm looking at potential, and I want a partnership, and I want a friendship, and I want us both to be here. But in order for both of us to be here, you can't do it alone. I'm trying to help you too, and I'm trying to do my thing. I'm not just gonna sit home and cook, clean, and have sex with you. I'm trying to bring in some money as well. So why did I choose you? Because I see something in you, and I'm willing to stick in there, but I need you to help me too, and I need you to stand beside me too. And all the time we're trying to validate you.
Time out.
But Sherri, first of all, that's what a partnership is, and so don't think that just because a man wants to be a man doesn't mean that doesn't include, and it's not inclusive of him supporting you. That's, again, just the way you said that seems to suggest that, and it's not true. A man understands that part of being a man is supporting his woman.
But all of this, I want to know what you're going through, but you don't want to tell me what you're going through. You want to be stoic. You don't want to say nothing. You know how they say men have 6,000 words and women have 35,000 words. So when you get home, you don't even want to use all of those words. But I don't know this, and I would like to.
But have you ever taken the time, and this is another example of what we're talking about, misinformation, have you ever taken the time to see how men actually communicate? Because we do communicate, but we don't do it the same way women do, but women expect us to communicate in their way.
We know you communicate differently, but what you're communicating is not working for me in all cases. And I know that you may not say to me, I feel this way, but you may do things for me. You know what I mean? Or you may do things for me around the house, or do different things to show your love and affection.
Or how we choose to communicate. I'll give you an example.
Right.
When this woman who we were talking to, I gave her an assignment. She said that I can't get my guy to communicate. And I come home, I'm sitting there and say, can we talk? I said, men don't want to communicate that way. I said, next time you want to have this same conversation, say, hey, baby, let's go down to the sports bar. What? Really? Okay, let's go. We go down there, buy 2 shots of Patron, do a little Patron. Watching the game, drink a little Patron, have a beer, and about, I'd say around halftime, maybe the third quarter, talk about what you want to talk about. And I'm not saying that the information is going to come out. Watch.
You
I'm not saying
hear something you don't want to hear.
Right.
2 shots of Patron.
So what's interesting, it's about comfort and how we're used to communicating. We'll go to a sports bar, we'll hang out with our friends, but the first thing we're not going to talk about when we sit down with our friends isn't about our relationships, about this. We'll talk about all sorts of other things, and we'll finally work our way there.